All right, Aussies, don't say I didn't warn you. This has been England for at least a decade, maybe more, but for at least a decade.
Get this, the English Christians within Leicester are having to listen to the Islamic call to prayer 5 times a day from 70 different mosques. Have a listen to this.
And it's not just Leicester. This is London's Lakemba. Apart from it being a horrible noise pollution to your ears, it's foreign. It has no business in the West. They tried that in England. They gaslit the politicians who willingly just surrendered to them. And they're doing the same thing in Australia, starting with Lakemba and Bankstown. But Aussies are slightly different. Let me give you a bit of a rundown what they've been trying to do in Lakemba.
Muslim leader has warned a councillor opposing the broadcast of the Islamic call to prayer from a Sydney mosque to keep her mouth shut. But Bankstown, there's a mosque in that area, and they want to do the call to prayer on their loudspeakers.
See how aggressive they are? Because this brave councillor, Barbara Curry, she's been rejecting their applications to be allowed to broadcast this horrible noise
To the public.
And if somebody dares to stand up to it, they bully her.
1,600 people who have lodged submissions against it, members of the Australian public. And at the same time, you got the Lebanese Muslim community saying, well, we got 5,000 signatures in support. And this is what happens when you have councils, you have areas that become enclaves. Well, then if they have the popular support of that area.
And by popular support, we mean this. And by the way, this is exactly what's happening in Dearborn and in various other parts of America as well. No Western country is safe, guys. No Western country is safe. This is New York.
So the Islamization of New York City is very real under Zohra Mamdani. Like, this is not something that's made up. This is not fake news. This is not some right-wing conspiracy. I can walk down Fulton Street in Brooklyn, New York, and hear the Muslim call to prayer blasted out in no less than 3 to 5 locations. The people that own these locations, they're speakers on the stores, and they will play that call to prayer 5 times a day.
And this is Dearborn, Michigan.
We're in Dearborn. This is the call of prayer that goes off 5 times a day here in the United States.
They are slowly taking over. Because it worked in Britain, why not try it everywhere else? And when they don't get things their way, then they bully them. They harass them, intimidate them. That's exactly what the Muslim community of, I'll just say Lakemba, currently doing to our local councillors and Aussie politicians.
Well, why can't we have the call to prayer playing throughout the suburbs?
Truth is that areas are being demographically replaced, and when you replace the people, the natives or the people that have been living there their entire lives, who were the majority, they are going to be silenced by the mob.
Or woken up at 6 a.m. in the morning with the call to prayer. So you have either option can happen to you. I do personally oppose these type of plans anywhere in Australia. It shouldn't be happening.
This is Australia, guys. This is Australia. Oh, it's the stuff of nightmares.
Anywhere in Australia, it shouldn't be happening at all. We should have a blanket ban. I'm all for religious freedom, but like you said, Avi, people escaping persecution and enjoying their religious practice in Australia, it's all welcomed. And I think, we need to respect the fact that we live in a country where people do have different views and different religions. And that works because we don't impose one over another.
And by playing the call to prayer on loudspeakers in suburban communities means you're imposing it on your non-Muslim neighbors. The moment you start doing that, well, then go live in an Islamic country.
No, they don't want to go and live in an Islamic country because they're here to conquer the West. I'm not done yet. So this was back in July. They pushed an application again to be allowed to shriek Allahu Akbar over loudspeakers, and they've applied for it again. This is today.
An application to have the call to prayer played from the tower of the Lakemba Mosque has been knocked back by Canterbury Bankstown Council. The Lebanese Muslim Association, they'd put in a proposal to have the call to prayer played for 15 minutes every Friday at lunchtime.
They always start with Friday. They always start with just Friday, just one day. And then, of course, the next logical step is 5 times a day.
But this had really divided council, and their planning panel, they've knocked it back. They believe that in its current form and its current application, it would be too noisy. Now the ball is in the court of the LMA. They are the ones who can decide whether they reconsider their plans.
The LMA is the Lebanese Muslim Association. No, they're not going to back down, guys. They're not backing down.
They get an independent acoustic auditor to come in to determine if it is too noisy or if they scrap the plan altogether. But a number of worshippers here at Australia's largest mosque, they've questioned council's decision.
Probably not as noisy as a Harley Davidson or one of those rally cars or those cars that zoom up and down. So it's not that noisy, but...
We don't want to hear your shrieks of Allahu Akbar. We don't want to hear it. This is not a Muslim country. Go back to... Go and live in a Muslim country if that's all you want to hear 5 times a day. We don't want to hear it.
I don't know the details as to why they knocked it back. At least give things a go. Isn't that what Australia's all about?
No, Australia is a secular country. Australia is not about hearing other religions shrieking in foreign language. No, that's not what Australia is all about.
Give people a fair go. So give it a fair go.
How's that a fair go, you idiot?
Lebanese Muslim Association to put another application in to get it going?
That's what it takes, yeah. Probably.
Now, it's not just council that's divided, but also the local community. Some people against this proposal, others are for it and say that it should go ahead. But
let me make a prediction, okay? Currently, we have a white councillor who has pushed back against this twice or maybe 3 times. But Lakemba has fallen. Currently, Lakemba's population is, I think, 40% Muslim. It's going to increase.
Its current form, the Lebanese Muslim Association, they will not be able to play the call to prayer from Lakemba Mosque every Friday.
And those of you who don't know, let me remind you, Lakemba is the mosque where our cuck of a prime minister went to simp for them, and this is how they treated him.
Boo Tony Berg! Boo Albanese! What are you doing here? Genocide supporters! Boo! This is bad! Boo! You called him honorable. He's responsible for the deaths of 1 billion people.
1 billion Muslims have apparently died in Gaza. Jeez, these guys just...
1 billion of my brothers and sisters! 1 billion!
Deport. This is him. He was sitting down. Look at this. What an idiot. This happened on Eid in March of this year, just 3 months after this wonderful Muslim terrorized Australians. Okay. And what do they teach in this mosque? This is what they teach in this mosque. Read the subtitles.
أنه لا حل إلا بالجهاد في سبيل الله والجهاد ماض إلى قيام الساعة فلا النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم ولا الخلفاء الراشدون ولا الدولة الأموية ولا العباسية ولا غيرهم فتحوا العالم بالسلم.
Why do they sound so aggressive? Because they are aggressive. None of them were conquered. None of those early Muslims who established the caliphate, none of them conquered the world by peaceful means. He's saying that in Lakemba, in the Lakemba Mosque.
ولا بالمفاوضات ولا بالتنازلات ولا بالتفاهمات وإنما فتحوها بالجهاد في سبيل الله إنما القصد بالجهاد تفضيل العقبات من أجل أن ينتشر الدين ويحكم الإسلام. Jihad for the sake of Allah is the only.
He even said the last sentence in English because he wanted everyone to hear it. Okay, you think I'm done? No, Lakemba is far from the only suburb that has fallen to Islam. Check out this brave local politician who's been getting harassed and intimidated by the same mob that told Barbara, the same mob that told the Canterbury councillor in which Lakemba is located to shut her mouth. The same mob is now threatening this local councillor of the Liverpool Council, which is a neighbouring council in Sydney. Peter Ristavsky, an independent councillor on Liverpool City Council, in New South Wales is receiving death threats to himself and his young family by Islamists and his property vandalized in the name of Islam. So listen to him. We're allowing this, guys. We have some brave people like him and Councillor Barbara who are putting up a good fight, but I'm sorry. They are going to keep demographically replace mainstream Australians, and they're going to eventually get what they get, and they're going to eventually get what they want. They've tried this. They've got this tried and tested formula. They've done that in Britain. They're doing that in America. Why would they not do this in Australia? They're doing that in Australia. Remigration now. That's the only solution.
G'day, guys. I just wanted to give an update on what is exactly happening in Liverpool. Liverpool, the city behind me, is unfortunately the epicenter of radical fundamentalism right now. The work that we have done in closing these illegal prayer halls, we've seen they should not be open. Those illegal prayer halls have radicalized those two terrorists that led to the incident in Bondi. We don't need another Bondi. So as my role as a councillor, I am obligated to protect the safety of every one of our citizens from that. Unfortunately, I'm the only councillor to do this, and as such, I'm a target to these radical extremists who are not only giving me death threats, but at the same time threatening my family, my wife, my young child, my mother, that they're going to cut our heads off in the name of Islam. This is what's going on. I've had to now go to the police. I can't allow these radical extremists to continue to do this. We have an incident now where, unfortunately, the work that we are doing has led to this. My car has been vandalised, but council do nothing about it. I've told them what's happened. They sit on their hands and do nothing. But you know what council do? They go to the police to report. They don't like what's been written on the shenanigans page. Oh, it hurts our feelings. So they go to the police for that. So the police then contact the gentleman who's running that page, a 73-year-old pensioner who's now in hospital due to the stress and pressure and, I guess, the bullying by the police on behalf of council. But yet, when we have radical fundamentalists threatening to cut people's heads off, council do nothing. There will be not a single rock in this city that these people can hide under. We will find them and we will deal with them.
Please
because
do.
the police have told me one of the numbers that I got a phone call from, they happened to accidentally call me from their real number. They are a known person of interest, which is very concerning. Now, guys,
Concerning, but not surprising. They're idiots.
I am going to continue this fight. I'm not going to allow these extremists to continue. But it's unfortunately we have a mayor that wants to keep these prayer halls open. He's in the media saying, no, we shouldn't close them. He's also allowed $10,000 of your money to go to an Islamic organisation that did a Virgil on behalf of the Ayatollah. That's promoting radicalism in our city. We don't need that. Now, unfortunately, I feel sorry for the people in our city. I'm going to continue this fight, and I appreciate all the kind wishes that I've received. Thank you.
Why are we tolerating this, guys? Why are we tolerating this? We've seen what happens when you don't respond to these people. They take over. Without fail, it's happening in every single Western country. I'm sure it's happening in Canada as well. I don't know. I just tried to look up this brave independent councillor, Peter Restivsky. I don't know. I think this is his Facebook page. Go and show him some love. Yeah? Follow him. Show him some love. These are the prayer hall rooms that he was talking about, that he's shutting them down. That's it. This is the one. So this is Liverpool's illegal prayer hall. Unit 9D, 4 Home Pride Avenue, Warwick Farm. An illegal prayer hall. My phone has been blowing up with residents scared with this takeover in Liverpool. You have to ask, why has this become a major problem in every suburb in Liverpool? It is because of this mayor encourages this and refuses to close them down. So obviously the local mayor is in on it, unlike the mayor of the city of Canterbury, Bankstown, where Lakemba is located. Unlike that mayor. So Barbara Curry is also an independent councillor in the city of Canterbury, Bankstown. And I'm assuming because of her opposition, the Muslims of Bankstown have not been able to get their license to broadcast their shrieks of Allahu Akbar. So we've got some pockets of brave local independent councillors, but they're not getting the support by the rest of the council. We have to unite. We have to stand up. You have to stand up. They don't number that much, guys. They don't. The situation in America, the situation in Australia is nothing like the situation in Britain. If you want this to happen all across Australia, then do nothing. 70 mosques in Leicester are doing this. 70 mosques. And various mosques in London are doing it. This is the infamous East London Mosque. Look how disgusting it is. Disgusting. Oh, actually, let me show you something else as well. That was the main street. I can't remember the name of the street. But this is what East London looks like. Look at that. This is the future of Bankstown, Lakemba. Some might say Lakemba already looks like this. This is the future, guys. This is the freaking future. Look at this filthy animal. He just ate something, and there you go. There's a wrapper in his hand, and he just drops it casually. Nothing to see here. This is the murder of Western civilization in real time. And these people will say nothing. Why would they? Why should they? They would say nothing. They would do nothing. If it were left up to them, they will bring in more of them. And for some reason, our lefty politicians love it. Treason.